beautiful? Look.
Across the U.S., canvassers are going door to door registering voters and drumming up support for their candidates in the next election.
Make sure everybody's registered and that people vote.
In Chicago, ZERLINA Smith Members is pounding the pavement to register new voters in the minority neighborhood of Austin. With less than 15 months to go before the 2022 midterms, voting rights activists are working hard to counterpunch a series of state laws that Democrats say amount to voter suppression. Even in Illinois, a state dominated by Democrats with one of the highest proportions of registered voters in the U.S., black neighborhoods endure conspicuously longer waits than white neighborhoods.
My generation and other generations who were on work or at school and trying to vote, we didn't have 2 hours to stand in line outside in the winter to actually vote.
Legislatures in Republican-controlled states are actively making it harder to vote. In Texas, Democrats objected so strongly to a bill that would ban drive-through voting, restrict voting by mail, and give more power to partisan poll watchers that they left the state so there wouldn't be enough legislators to hold a vote. It was a symbolic move. When they returned, the bill passed. Georgia passed a bill limiting time for absentee ballots and adding new voter ID requirements, banning automatic sending of absentee ballots, banning mobile voting centers, and making it illegal to give food or water to voters waiting in line.
A lot of times it's just political parties that hire outside individuals to do their bidding for them to confuse the masses of the people.
Republicans say they're tightening election rules to prevent fraud. Voter activists say creating obstacles that keep certain people from the polls works. In the overwhelmingly Democratic Austin neighborhood, the Republican won.
Why? Because the 29th ward is divided by the working poor, which is the black, and the working middle class, which is the white, on the other end, which is Galewood. Galewood turned out for our former governor, which was a Republican, and no one turned out for J.B. Pritzker. Are you guys old enough to vote?
U.S. elections are increasingly won by narrow margins. With more states restricting access to the ballot, that makes the door-to-door battle to get out the vote more critical than ever. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Chicago.